Hello, everybody. It's the Space King 12 here. Today, I'm joined by my good friend,
That flame assassin guy.
and we are back for episode 2 of Game Chat. In the previous episode, we discussed all the new characters and stuff that we'd like to see in Smash Bros. Switch, and in today's episode, we'll be discussing stages and modes for the new Smash Bros. Game. Now, as a note here, starting off, Diveblood will not be starring in this episode like he was in the last one, just because he doesn't have a whole lot that he would like to add to the whole overarching discussion with stages and modes. But me and Flame here, we actually have some to talk about here that we would be interested in. Anyways, without further ado, I guess I'll lead off here with the first obvious thing that I think a lot of Smash fans unanimously want, which would be a successor / sequel to the Subspace Emissary mode in Brawl. Subspace Emissary was really cool, had a ton of awesome ideas for stages and layouts and stuff, and as well as those amazing cutscenes, but it felt very sorely lacked, very sorely missed in Smash Bros. 4. And I'd be interested in seeing just how they evolve on the concepts that were present in Subspace Emissary and Brawl. You got anything to add all of that?
I don't know. Just
My favorite thing in the Subspace Emissary and Brawl was the Great Maze, even though I know tons of people actually hated that. I'd actually kind of like to see that done better. I get why people hated it, just because there was a complete lack of direction.
I hated having to pretty much just replay the whole game again.
Fair enough. Like, I think that if they made it so that they had an idea like the Great Maze, it would be like a Great Cave Offensive, where you could just find stuff as you're going along, but give you a better sense of direction, for starters, and also don't make you replay the entire game. Beyond that, I noticed that in Subspace Emissary, I really liked how every character was introduced in a sort of introduced gradually. Although one thing I didn't like was how Sonic was the last character, because the game was delayed for him.
Yeah, he just he pretty much just came up out of nowhere for no reason. He's just like, hey, I'm gonna come here to save the day. You can play as me now.
Yeah.
But also, I have no significance in this plot whatsoever.
Nah, he didn't. He just randomly showed up. And I feel like with Subspace Emissary 2, I feel like they should use the characters better. Especially Sonic, because Sonic just randomly shows up at the ass end of the story like, I'm here to save the day! I mean, it was awesome when it happened, but in context, it's just like, yeah, you delayed the game for him to show up for 30 seconds in the story. Yay.
Also, I feel like there should be some actual dialogue.
Yeah, there are plenty of characters in Smash who do have speaking voices within their own games. I could see some of them speaking, but a lot of them, just ones that traditionally don't talk, leave them alone, I guess.
Can there just be a joke in the game, in this mode where there was one cutscene where there was just one cutscene where all of the silent protagonists were just in the same room, just not talking to each other.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. You just have Ness and Link staring at one another awkwardly. I guess this is how we talk. It'd be like a Gordon Freeman, how everybody can just magically know what he's thinking.
Or they were just in separate corners of the room, and then they were just doing sign language.
Oh, doing sign language. That would be awesome.
Or just doing random noises that they would normally do, and then they just understand each other.
Link speaks by yells and screams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Mario just nods his head Yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about.
This guy knows what he's talking about. Oh, wow, that would be great. Yeah, my favorite part of Subspace, though, was definitely the character interactions that you saw. Like, I like how Ness was sort of like a hero in Subspace that Lucas sort of looked up to. And, like, his whole character arc where he was trying to become, like, stronger and stuff. I really liked that.
My personal favorite part of Subspace is when Lucario just sees Snake in his like little box hiding with it using aura, and then he takes off the box and he has the exclamation point above his head, like, wait, what? How did you see me?
That was glorious. Yeah, if Snake does return, they should do more jokes like that. Cause
if Snake returns, can we just have him having like a shootout with the Inklings?
Snake having a shootout with the Inklings. Oh boy.
I would pay good money to see this.
Indeed, indeed. Oh yeah, something hilarious I just thought of. In Bayonetta 2, if you scan an Inkling amiibo, Rodon comments on how, he's actually interested in Sheldon's technology, like, because he's a fellow weaponsmith. I would love it if Bayonetta somehow makes it into the story mode, like, Rodon, maybe he's an assist trophy. Rodon has an interaction with the Inklings about weapons and stuff. That would be awesome.
Well, like, even Bayonetta just has a shootout with the Inklings.
Yeah,
instead.
that could work, too.
They can have, like, Bayonetta, like, come in trying to hunt down Pit because he's an angel.
Bayonetta
like they did
hunts
in the trailer.
down Pit because he's an angel. That would work. Yes. Give me this. That would...
And I would just want to see more interactions between the characters, like the stuff we're coming up with.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, it didn't really... The original Subspace didn't really have too much of that, weirdly.
It had some, but just not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Actual, like, level and stage design, though, how do you think they could improve upon that?
Personally, I thought that the actual, like level design and approach to it was fine, but, like, I don't know, like, just, maybe less generic, and more, and, like, the stages look more like the games are based off of.
Ah, so...
Like with that one part with Moth's Castle that was based off the one Fire Emblem game that was, like, really obscure. Like, it just looks like a generic castle.
I'm pretty sure that's an actual location from Fire Emblem that they're drawing upon there, but you do have a point.
Oh, is it?
You
But,
do have
like,
a point.
But, like, if you know nothing about Fire Emblem, it just looks like a generic castle.
Right. If you ask me, they should have used this stage. They should have used Castle Siege for that moment. You're completely right there. They should have better incorporation of stage layouts from these various games, because I remember, like, the quote-unquote Angel World level looks absolutely nothing like something from Kid Icarus. It looks very generic.
Yeah, it looks like generic Heaven World. Like, generic Cloud Place, I guess.
If they incorporated a lot more unique flavor as per these locations, like, let's just hypothetically pretend that every Nintendo character / world is just on one planet. I want to see these famous locations hodgepodge together. Why not? Like,
oh, like that jungle with, like, Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that looks nothing like an actual...
Again, it looked like generic jungle.
Yeah, it looks nothing like a DK-style level. If you had, like, sort of... Like, I know that they had... Speaking of DK, actually, I know that, like, to me and my friends, the stage layout for all of Subspace, honestly, felt sort of like Donkey Kong with a health bar. To an extent.
it felt a little more like Kirby with like Smash Brothers elements. Because it's like a beat 'em up platformer kind of thing.
Right. And I think that definitely could work. I don't know. What would they use as the excuse for a plot this time? Because in canon, Master Hand is dead, and the Robs are definitely not evil at this point.
Like, I don't know, maybe like maybe just like all the villains just like band together and like try to beat up other heroes, like honestly anything.
Fair enough. One thought I was having was that I know that we discussed in the first episode, we discussed about Hades. What if in this game Hades was the main villain? Like, he's mad that there's not going to be a Kid Icarus Uprising 2. So he bands together all the villains for his grand plan to take down all the heroes. Like, take down everyone at once.
Okay, that would be pretty brilliant, and I would excuse not having a second Kid Icarus Uprising game because of it. Well, like, at the end, they just, like, talk to, like, Kimishima, and they're just like, hey, guys, we need a new Kid Icarus, please.
We can't let Hades do this again.
Someone get on this,
yeah.
Probably Sakurai, actually.
Yeah. So that's what we want. We want more streamlined level design that's more akin to actual gameplay concepts from these games, and we want a lot more unique character interactions that are quite funny, like Ness and Link having sign language. Yeah. Okay. I guess we could move on to something else that you would suggest for a mode.
The other big mode that I would want is like a tag team mode. Well, like at the end of Smash 4, you have a bunch of different characters to play as, and every time you die, you switch out characters.
Yes, that was one of the main reasons that me and Diveblood would play Smash Tour, is because those final battles at the end were actually quite amazing. But it's just getting to that point just kind of sucked, to be honest. It definitely, like, Smash Tour definitely lost its charm after the third or fourth time I had played it. We only really played it just grinding items.
Honestly, I think I only played Smash Tour like twice and never touched it again.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so a tag...
I cared about it that little.
Yeah. So just segregating that tag team mode. Like, you could bring back Smash Tour if you want to, just...
Yeah, but no one's really gonna care about it, and people would rather have an improved Smash Run.
Yeah, Smash Run was definitely awesome, in my opinion. I felt like they had an awesome thing going there.
Yeah, the only reason why I didn't really play it more was because it didn't feel super fleshed out, and like it had shortcomings, like the other players owning the same mode as you are.
Oh, Smash Run.
So,
I must have played this mode for Smash. Like, I must have played at least at least 200 or 300 Smash runs, because I 100%ed Smash Bros. 3DS.
How does one defeat one which has no life?
Yeah, I got every single custom move. I got every single costume for the Mii Fighters. I got all the achievements. And the key to doing that in Smash 3DS was just abuse the hell out of Smash Run. So, to add something here, something I really don't want in the next Smash Switch, do not lock Mii Fighter costumes behind a mode like Smash Run. Please, do not.
Honestly, I feel like it would be better if the Mii Fighters come back, they just give you everything about the Mii Fighters immediately.
Exactly. And same for custom moves.
Because it was annoying just having to unlock everything, and it just took the fun out of it.
Yeah, same for custom moves. Yeah, like I said, I probably played through Smash Run a couple hundred times, and the mode's designed in a way where you can replay it like that dozens and dozens of times, but And it never really got truly bad or stale. It's just, by the 300th game, I had seen everything 10 times. So that's something I would like. If Smash Run does come back, I would like to see a bigger variety, because they definitely like reused a lot of assets from Subspace Emissary. Like, you could very easily see that. Like, that's what they spent their Subspace Emissary assets on. So if they bring back Smash Run,
and like in Subspace Emissary, they could like incorporate enemies from actual games, like they did in Smash Run.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Like,
because like the enemies felt kind of generic too.
Yeah, there were a lot of enemies in Smash Run that didn't appear in Subspace. That would be really cool if they got to appear in the story mode. Do you think Taboo should return in a hypothetical story mode, or should he be something like just to spice up Smash Run?
They could do both, actually. Like, maybe in this hypothetical subspace, Taboo could be like the super boss or something.
Like the secret final boss?
Yeah. And like he could just randomly come into Smash Run as like a random thing that can happen.
Okay.
And then he's just like a boss, just goes around and tries to kill everyone.
Fair enough.
Like just to mess with them, pretty much.
Do you think that you mentioned something earlier, but I kind of glanced over it. You said that you counted as a sort of flaw against Smash Run that every character was in a separate sort of world. Do you think it would be better if every character was in the same map at the same time?
Oh, it'd be so much better if it was like that, because you could like just like track down your friends and just be dicks to them.
Fair enough.
Like how you could in like Kirby Air Ride. Although I haven't actually played that game, so I don't know too much about the City Trial mode.
City Trial is very similar to Smash Run.
Yeah, Sakurai said that it was based off that mode.
Oh no, I have tried a game of City Trial before. It's literally just Smash Run but 3D, also a bit more generic.
Yeah.
Like in terms of visual aesthetic. But it was enjoyable. Although, something about City Trial, Kirby Air Ride actually had online. Yeah,
it did?
Air Ride was one of the 10 GameCube games that had online multiplayer, but it was done in a asinine sort of fashion where you had to like daisy chain a bunch of GameCubes together over LAN play, and it for the whole 12 people that had a Wi-Fi add-on for your GameCube, it would work with that game too, but only with City Trial. But that just makes me sit down and makes me wonder, like, if they based that off of City Trial, why didn't they incorporate the online factor, which was present in Air Ride?
It could have. If we're talking about like Smash Run 3DS, it could have just come down to system limitations.
Yeah, I suppose. But now that we're on the Switch, that's not really an issue anymore.
Yeah, it's not an excuse anymore.
I think I've seen like official calculations by some people, like the Switch is apparently like 37 times more powerful than the 3DS, making it arguably one of the biggest leaps in handheld tech history.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I guess I'll do something that I would like to see. In Smash 4, there's the Omega stages, and I really like them because it offered a lot more variety to Final Destination that wasn't present before, but that's just Final Destination. Sometimes, you know, you want to play on different sorts of levels, so what I would like to see is another mode similar to that. I would like to see, instead of just Omega stages, I want those to return, obviously, but I want, in addition to that, Alpha stages. Now, an Alpha stage would basically just be take the battlefield layout and incorporate that over the various stages in the game.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty good addition. And to be honest, the Omega stages kind of ruined these stages for me because that's pretty much all I played on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I pretty much never used the regular stages because the Omega versions existed.
Ah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Because I really like the layout of Final Destination, but like the visual variety just gets kind of boring because it was the one stage.
Right.
And then with that, I can just play Final Destination all the time and it doesn't feel boring.
Right, right.
And this is pretty much the same thing with Battlefield.
Yeah, but if you had options for both of them, I think people would swap them in and out a lot more often. Now here's something that, I'm assuming that this is probably one of the biggest reasons that you did just primarily play Omega stages. I would like to see a stage hazard toggle switch, because I like Gower Plains, I like Dr. Wily Castle, just if I'm playing for funsies with my friends. Like, we'll fight the Yellow Devil, we'll fight Metal Face, but if you want to have a more realistic battle with your friends, can we have the option to turn those damn things off? Like, please?
Personally, the bosses never really bothered me, but I do agree that there should be an option to just turn them off entirely.
Right, it's not even just the bosses. Sometimes there's just stuff in stages that will mess with you. Like, for example, Spear Pillar, that stage, there's Palkia, Dialga, I'm trying to remember, there's two more, I think Cresselia and Darkrai, I think? Yeah, all of them can mess with the stage in different ways, and
I don't think Darkrai can appear on the stage, but I could be wrong.
I'm not sure myself. I thought there was.
I think it was just Dialga, Palkia, and Cresselia.
Well, regardless, I just like, for even stages like that, like, they're not bosses, but they do interfere with the fight. So, just the option to turn that stuff off, like, make it like the Bayonetta stage, where they aren't impacting the fight. Like, there's elements in the background that you recognize, but they aren't impacting your gameplay experience. Because when I have to fight against the stage and my opponent, it really screws with my skills.
Yeah, I can mess you up.
You got anything you'd like to see?
I don't really know, because, like, a lot of the stuff that they have, like, is just really good to me.
Right.
Maybe more options for the for the, like, special brawl, or, like, smash, or whatever they call it, the special mode where you can just, like, change up the, like, attributes to your character and stuff.
Oh, you mean that, I think it's called Special Smash, where, like, you have the...
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
The power-ups are listed as permanent options.
Yeah.
I'd definitely like to see more options in that, because I did play with that sometimes in Brawl with my friends. We wanted to screw around with kind of ridiculous... Excuse me. We wanted to have ridiculous battles.
Yeah, just like screw around and just do a bunch of weird stuff for funsies.
Although I don't really know what kind of power-ups that they would add. That's the problem there for me.
Well, one thing they could do is just, like, put in more percentages you start out with, like, instead of just 0 and 300, they'll give you, like, 100 and 300, and then just start out at 999%.
That would work, yeah. That would work, definitely. Another option that comes to mind, perhaps, I lost my thought there. Shit. Shit, never mind. I was gonna say something that has to do with Kirby power-ups, but I was gonna say, like, you know how they had the star in Smash 4 as an item? I think that's been in every game. I was gonna suggest, like, have a mode or like something in Special Smash where stars or like the candies from Kirby rain down from the sky at random times.
So wouldn't it just be like the Starman?
Sorta, yeah.
Which just makes it invincible?
Yeah. Just so that the fight gets completely random and chaotic. Well, that was the only idea I had for, like, a special stage idea, but I'd definitely like to see some variety there. Because it was basically just they brought back everything from Brawl, and then they didn't really do anything with it. Excuse me.
But actually, another idea I just came up with is, like, for the percentage, like, you could have one option where your percentage just, like, gets lower over time.
Oh, you mean like give a healing factor to characters?
Yeah.
That could work, yeah.
Like, not like in the, like, normal gameplay, but in the special Smash mode.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. Alright, so here's gonna be my most controversial pick for a new mode or idea. I noticed that every damn time I log on to Twitch, when there's a Nintendo Direct, or hell, even YouTube sometimes, one of the first comments you always see is people want a remaster of Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Melee HD.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like I totally understand why Melee is so crazy popular. It does have probably the best fighting mechanics out of every one of the games, but
that's debatable, but
yeah,
it's like arguably the most competitively active.
No, without question, it is the most active in the competitive scene, because what happens with Smash is that the Melee scene sticks around. Every time, like when Brawl came out, Melee still was going on with its scene while Brawl continued on, and then Melee stuck around while Project M was there.
Did Brawl even have like a competitive scene? Did Brawl even have a competitive scene?
Yes, it did, but it was messy, because Meta Knight and... It was every goddamn battle was Meta Knight versus Snake.
Meta Knight only, no items, final destination.
Yeah, Meta Knight was disgustingly overpowered in Brawl. Anyways, so when Melee came out, its competitive scene just stuck around. Brawl comes out, its scene eventually dies when Project M becomes the common accepted new Smash game while people waited for 4. Project M dies off, Smash 4 comes out, Brawl's competitive scene completely dies. Project M's competitive scene completely dies. And then you even had one section in there where Smash 4 was on the 3DS, and people were playing on that, and then when the Wii U version came out a month later, the 3DS of the game's competitive scene completely died. So,
although I think that the 3DS only had a competitive scene because it was the only version available at the time.
Yeah. Anyways, my point is that when it comes to Melee, its competitive scene lasts just simply the test of time. And I think a big part of that is, 1, the speed of the game, and 2, all the various mechanics and things that you can do while fighting that just keeps people interested, as well as, to a lesser extent, I'd say the roster, because, like, there are some characters to get attached to there that didn't reappear for a while, like Roy and Mewtwo. So, what I would like to see is, obviously, a Melee mode, which would just be a side mode within the game that takes the modern roster of Smash and reincorporates Melee-style physics, mechanics, maybe even some stages, just to give that competitive scene a bone, because they've been asking for a very long time for it. I just feel like it's something that needs to happen eventually, because people keep begging, you know.
Okay, one thing about that, if they like bring back classic stages, they should be available in the regular mode too.
Of course. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
for that specific section, you can even have like a pure melee mode where it's literally just the melee roster and the melee stages, or you could have like vanilla melee mode where it's you take all of today's roster and throw them into Melee's physics and mechanics. So that's wave dashing, L canceling, there's tons and tons of things. And I always wondered why people are so apprehensive towards Melee. I think it's just... I can't even place my finger on it. People on Twitter especially, they seem to be very angry towards that game, and I don't understand why.
I don't know, but I am completely full of this mode. Like, that would be, like, really cool, but my only real question is if they would even consider that to be, like, I don't want to say doable, because, like, there have been, like, hacks and stuff to where, and it's clear that they could do this, but the bigger question is, do they want to?
Right. The reason I would say that they would want to is just simply because Nintendo has sponsored Smash 4 and Melee tournaments before, so they have to clearly know that there is still a very dedicated Melee crowd out there. Now, whether they consider that a priority or not, that's definitely up for debate, but I feel like one of the biggest benefits that would come with a Melee mode would be the ability to conveniently have online multiplayer in Melee's environment. Because you can emulate it, but
yeah,
not everyone has a decent enough computer for Dolphin, and then you have to deal with lag and latency and all that. That just comes with the territory of emulation, but if you had it on the console, presumably after Nintendo launches their online service, you could probably have a pretty decent online experience with Melee. Just a thought. I think it's definitely more feasible than just having a GameCube Virtual Console with Melee as an online option. It's definitely more likely than that.
But I could see this being, like, free DLC.
Oh, you mean like,
because it seems like because this seems like a little too much work for it to be there, like, immediately at launch, because, like, there was, like, other stuff they would probably have high priority on first.
Right, plenty, obviously. Like, a story mode for starters, and, you know, going through the processes of licensing every third-party character is a pain in the ass, I'm certain.
And, like, proper balancing and all that.
Yeah, that too. So, plus they'd have to sit back and they'd have to research a lot of Melee to understand what people enjoy about the game and how to properly incorporate those mechanics. Because you're right, Project M exists, and it, for the most part, covers just about everything that Melee offered that was unique in terms of its mechanics, but it never really... I know that there were some hurdles that I had heard about years back, and I wish I had an article with me, but there were some hurdles that were just at a technical level that they couldn't overcome to make Brawl more similar to Melee. But, you know, obviously official developers have access to whatever the hell they want to do. I could see it being something akin to 200cc mode, if you remember that, because that was a free update at one point, right?
Yeah.
I could definitely see it being something like 200cc, where it just comes down later down the line, you know. Okay, so that was actually, I actually had a heck of a lot to say about that one.
Yeah.
I've covered just about everything on my list in terms of modes, but something I'd like to see as just a joke to see if they could do it. 12-player Smash.
That would be a little too chaotic. Like, 8 players is arguably, like, too many too many players at
I
once.
mean, they would have to definitely lock it out to take this very specific stages, like Great Cave Offensive.
Oh, please, no.
Yeah, it would have to be for very specific
That's like the
stages.
worst stage of the game.
Like maybe Smash Run, 12-player Smash Run.
Okay, that could actually be kind of cool.
Though you'd have to go through the trouble of having 12 different Nintendo Switches and 12 different people in the same run to do it. But I'm sure there would be some maniacs out there that would be willing to do it.
At the very least, 8-player Smash Run would be pretty awesome.
It would. And we know that at one point during Smash Bros. 4's development, in the 3DS game, 8-player Smash was a thing on 3DS at one point in its development history.
Yeah, they probably just like removed it like pretty quickly because there were just system limitations that wouldn't let them have 8 players on screen at once.
That
and still maintain 60 FPS.
That and I'm certain that when you get into characters that are that have like extremely unique mechanics, like the Duck Hunt Dog or stuff like that have like humongous attacks, like Robin with Thoron, and you had 8 players in the 3DS. The 3DS is probably just screaming, "Please stop!"
I mean, it was pretty much already screaming, "Please stop!" with the base game.
Right.
Like, Smash Bros. Had, like, no business fitting on that system, and it did.
Yeah, that was a shocker that it managed to fit as well as it did. In fact, I played more Smash 3DS than I did Wii U just because I had Smash Bros. On a portable. Sign me up.
I personally play them about evenly.
Yeah, no, it's like I overdosed on Smash Bros. 3DS before I even played Smash 4 on Wii U. Like, I think my play time in Smash 3DS is something terrifying, like 1,000 plus hours.
Yeah, didn't you, like, max out the timer on the 3DS activity log?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It was actually horrifying to me. I was just like, I just spent a whole month of my life in Smash Bros. And I'm still not satisfied. What the fuck is wrong with me? Yeah. Okay, so I guess now is the point in the video where we just move into stages that we'd like to see.
Yeah.
You could lead us off.
When it comes to stages, there won't, like, too many I really, really want. But, personally, I really want to see the Ultra Megapolis from Ultra Sun and Moon.
Now, I never played Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon just because to be honest, I was kind of insulted by that game. Just as it's just like... but you could go ahead and explain all that.
Well, the Ultra Megapolis is where you fight Ultra Necrozma. And if you don't know what Ultra Necrozma is, it's basically Ultra... Necrozma's, like, true form.
Okay.
And it's pretty much a Mega Evolution.
Really?
And it's a Psychic Dragon type. And, like, in Ultra Megapolis, you fight Necrozma using your team of 6 Pokemon against just it. And you will probably die. Like, it's super hard.
Ah, so it's wildly powerful boss. Would Ultra Necrozma appear as a boss on the stage?
That could be cool too.
Okay.
And it's pretty much just a place in Ultra Space. And it looks like the world that never was from Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh wow, that actually would sound creative for a stage. I never played Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but I have played Kingdom Hearts stuff, and the world that never was is a really cool location.
Like that's
go ahead.
Like that's really the place in Gen 7 that really stands out the most.
Like I said, I've never...
Like, it's kind of like his... Like, Ultra Space is kind of like his own weird distortion world, but different from the distortion world.
I heard people live in Ultra Space, like, long-term?
Yeah, there's like the Ultra Recon Squad that live there.
Huh.
But that's pretty much it.
I've also heard theories that, like, the distortion world is just another facet of Ultra Space.
Yeah, and that Giratina is an Ultra Beast, although probably not.
Anything's possible. What's Pokemon we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go on to some of my stages that I would like to see. The first stage that I have on my list here is a stage from a game that I would like a character from, but I don't think that there's gonna be a character for, which would be a stage from Xenoblade Chronicles X. I'd like to have a Planet Mirror stage. You could do any of the main continents from Xenoblade X, and you would have an amazing stage.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like, literally any of them.
They'd probably use that, like, beginning area. I forget what it's called.
Primordia.
Yeah, Primordia.
It's literally such an amazing, beautiful world that I definitely feel like could make for an amazing stage in Smash Bros. Even if they don't incorporate Elma, which is a character I would really want to see hit the roster, I feel like Rex is a lot more likely at this time. But even if they don't have a character from that game, at least a stage, you know?
Oh, and in Primordia, they could have, like, New LA in the background and, like, have skulls flying around.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Or they could even do it during...
And some, like, monsters flying around, too.
They could even do a variant of the stage where it's that day that... It's that moment in Xenoblade X, I think it's called the Battle of NLA, where the Ganglion and NLA forces are fighting, right? You could see, like, a whole epic battle going on in the background.
Oh, it could be cool if, like, if the stage could randomly have, like, different backgrounds.
Right, like a certain
like,
wildlife.
Like, not just this stage, but, like, more stages.
Okay.
Even, like, Smash 4 kind of did that. Like, in the Dreamland stage on 3DS, you could have the like, colors be either green or white. Like, I think you had to push Start when you select the stage or something.
Ah.
And I swear, Lumio City could be either day or night, but I could be wrong about that.
You're right. I remember Lumio City being day and night.
But I do remember Gao Plains being either day or night too.
Yeah, that just transitioned throughout the day, or throughout the battle.
Oh yeah, yeah, it does.
You got any other stages that you'd suggest?
Not particularly. But something from Xenoblade 2 could probably make her a good stage.
I'm assuming that they would do more Ardain.
Yeah, more Ardain could be cool.
It would be awesome if, like, they did it on the shoulder of the more Ardain Titan, and, like, you're fighting, and you can see the Titan gradually moving around in the background through the Cloud Sea. That's just the only thing that really comes to mind for a Xenoblade 2 stage. That doesn't dive into spoilers. The only other thing that comes to mind for an iconic enough moment, like a location in the game, would be the Cliffs of Moritha.
Another stage that I just thought of that I would want is just have, like, a stage based on Hyrule from Breath of the Wild.
Yes, that's
it's kind of like a moving stage, like Delfino Plaza. Well, more of a tour stage, where it just, like, brings you around to different parts of Hyrule.
Now, I actually had a suggestion from Breath of the Wild myself, which was just Hyrule Castle from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that could be a good stage, too.
I was just thinking, like, getting attacked by Guardians.
If you did the Hyrule tour, it could bring you to Hyrule Castle at some point.
Yeah, they could just go from the major parts of the world and end in Hyrule Castle. One weird-ass stage that I suggested, that I just wrote up before getting into the recording here, the Toy-Con Garage as a stage. Now, the Toy-Con Garage is a gameplay mode in Labo that allows you to program Toy-Con to interact with the various games on the cartridges in different ways. Like, you could play the keyboard with the motocross set. Really weird ass ways like that. Anyways, so my idea.
What if they incorporated Nintendo Labo into it? Like you could like program the stage, and like just do a bunch of weird stuff with it.
It could be somewhat similar to the Mario Maker stage, where as you're fighting on the stage is being built together.
Yeah, I could be interesting.
Got any ideas yourself right now? Because I got a few others written down here.
Oh, we could have a Snipperclip stage.
Snipperclip stage.
That is owned by... It is owned by Nintendo, isn't it?
Hold on, I will go research that right now.
Although, to be honest, if they wanted to, I guarantee you they would let them do it.
Yeah, I guarantee they would, but I'm just seeing if it's owned by Nintendo.
Because wasn't it published by Nintendo?
Developed by SFB Games, which is some sort of indie dev, but it was published by Nintendo, yeah.
Oh, and they could have the like Snipperclips characters just like run around like snip pulls.
Oh, that would be awesome and adorable. Like they're just running around trying to solve the puzzles in the background. Although I would think that Snip and Clip would make for interesting assist trophies.
Yeah, they could work too. Alright, what other stages you got?
The developer of Snipperclips is called the Super Splash Bros. That was until 2012 when they just started calling themselves, okay, this is gonna get stupid, so we're just gonna call ourselves SFB Games, which still stands for Super Flash Bros. Okay, what you were about to say something earlier?
What other stages do you have?
This is actually to add to a character suggestion you made 2 weeks ago, which was the, you wanted Isaac, so I was gonna suggest the Venus Lighthouse from Golden Sun. That should be a stage.
Wasn't that the one with the lighthouse, where the lighthouse gets split in half?
That would be such an amazing stage, in my opinion. Especially if, you know how, like, in the Spirit Track stage, if Toon Link's not in the battle, he'll appear in the background, right? Well, assuming that Isaac makes it in and you get the Venus Lighthouse stage, if Isaac's not in the battle, he should be fighting the dragon.
The final boss.
Yes, that would be such an amazing thing to see in the background while you're fighting.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It was really crazy when you're first playing Golden Sun and the lighthouse splits in half. That's the only, like, amazing visual stage visually from the first game that they could do. They could also do the Mars Lighthouse from the second game if they wanted to. But, I feel like Venus is definitely...
I still have not played the second game.
Yeah, no, you visit the other
but
two
I do plan on
lighthouses
it
in that game.
Don't worry, guys. This video's coming eventually.
Video's coming eventually. You heard it from him. Not me. Okay, if you don't got another suggestion, I guess I could throw another one out there while you think of something, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so... as evident by my channel and my my infrequent updates, because of my inconsistent ass schedule, that's also non-existent.
You said it, not me.
Yeah. You could also do something from Sonic Mania, because I really love that game and I really want to see more stuff done with that game. Do Studiopolis from Sonic Mania.
Episode 31.
I'm thinking about actually just live streaming the rest of that game just on my own, alone, because I'm trying to do like these perfect runs, and every time I record the damn game, something hilariously bad happens. Like, I'm always interrupted and shit. And I'm feeling like
Anyway.
like if I'm gonna finish that game, I might as well just live stream it at this point.
Anyway.
Anyways, for
The very least, Studiopolis should be in the soundtrack.
yes,
Just
at
saying.
the very bare minimum, Studiopolis needs to be a song. It could be a travel stage where something like Mushroom Kingdom in Brawl, where the characters actually have to move along in the stage while the stage is going on. Because there's actually a hell of a lot of stuff in Studiopolis. Also, that music is godly.
Oh yeah.
My throat's getting a little sore. You got any suggestions, man? Because my throat's getting sore.
Not particularly. You out of stages too?
No, I still got a few more. I think an awesome stage would be the New Donk City stage from Mario Odyssey.
Oh, what they could do is just have like the Odyssey as a stage, and you just fly around to different kingdoms.
Oh yeah, that would work totally too.
And it's like another tour stage.
Yeah. If they wanted to, they could replace Delfino Plaza finally with that, if they wanted to.
No, don't get rid of Delfino Plaza.
I'm trying to summon Andre.
Stage
I'm
is
trying
too
to summon
good.
Andre from Game Explain right now. If you speak of Lord Sunshine's name in vain, it's foretold in the Sunshine Bible of the Unholy that Andre will appear from the depths of the earth. And I just made that shit up on the fly, and I can't believe I made it flow together correctly like I did. Anyways, yeah, the Odyssey would be.
We
Go
could.
ahead.
You go
Yeah,
ahead.
the Odyssey could be for make an interesting tour stage, but I don't know what locations would they go to besides New Donk City. I wouldn't say go to the final stage, because that's something that you deserve to experience on your own.
I could. Are we talking about the second final stage or the final stage?
The stage at which you go to fight the final boss.
Okay. Although at that point the game would kind of would have been out for a year, so maybe they could do that still.
You're still walking on eggshells there, because I feel like that's one of the coolest damn moments in the whole game.
They could do the forced place that I forget the name of.
Steam Garden or something like that?
Yeah, it was called Steam Garden. I forget the actual kingdom name though. They could do the Luncheon Kingdom.
That would be awesome.
That was a cool one.
They could the Beach Kingdom.
Yeah, and the Hat Kingdom,
Hat Kingdom.
too.
Yeah, they could start at the Hat Kingdom. You have to go to the Dinosaur Kingdom or whatever the hell it's called at some point if they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Oh, and if Mario's not in the battle, he should be in the background hunting for moons.
And they should totally just have him actually find moons in
Yes.
the background.
It would be so
And like the
meta
actual
if he...
moons that you can find
What?
in-game. And the actual moons from Odyssey that you can find
Oh, it
in-game.
would be so hilarious is if the whole background goes red for a second and says, "You got a moon," when Mario gets a moon.
And it even displays the current game,
Yeah!
too.
Yeah, that would be so awesome. Okay.
They could do an Olm stage.
What's...
Even
Go
if
ahead.
even if like they don't get a character, they can still do an ARM stage.
I'm fairly certain there's gonna be an ARMS character in some variety. And if there's
Yeah.
new characters, there's gonna be a new stage. But the only two that come to mind would be the Springman Arena, which is the first stage, or the Sky Arena, where you fight Max Brass.
Yeah, the Sky Arena can work. I also really like the design of Living Gold stage. I forget what it's called though. The one with like all of the disappearing cubes and stuff that pop up and you have to punch through.
Trying to remember. Yeah, I remember it now. Yeah. Yeah, that place looked really cool.
And since the Inklings are getting in Smash, there's gonna be an Inkling map, a Splatoon stage.
Right. Although, what location would they do?
I'd say they just do the one that they did for Mario
Urchin
Kart 8.
Underpass?
Yeah, Ocean Underpass. I was forgetting the name. I was
thinking, I thought they were gonna do Inkopolis, personally.
Yeah, they could do Inkopolis too, but I feel like Ocean Underpass would just have like more stuff to
Right.
it, you know? Like there could be like an actual tool going on in the background.
They very well could do that, sort of, something like that. I guess for my final stage here, because it's been about an hour, I guess I'll wrap up here with a troll stage. Because something that should be included, that would be for the shits and giggles. But it's something that I unironically play on every time I play this game. From Pokken Tournament, Magikarp Festival.
I would be so down for
Yes.
this. I mean, like, does anyone in that game? Does anyone ever play on anything else? Let's be honest here.
Yes. Magikarp Festival.
Like, even when I play the game, that's pretty much the only stage I really play on usually.
It's such a stupid ass
It's just
place,
so
but I would
dumb,
love it.
But it's so dumb, but
Yes.
so great.
Something ridiculous that they could do. You know how the Magikarps are flopping around in the background?
Yeah.
They could include a scoreboard of the Magikarps just flopping around. Like synchronized flopping to show you the scoreboard.
Or like, what if they like flop around on the stage, and if you get hit by a Magikarp, it does like 1% of
It
damage.
does 1%. No, it should do 0 because it's splash. It's not very effective.
Like just or like it does 1%, but if you turn off stage hazards, it just doesn't do anything.
Right. Okay. Well, do you have any other closing suggestions that you would have for a stage? Have you thought anything?
Just for a dumb one, have it be that like car fighting minigame from Street Fighter.
The car fighting minigame from Street Fighter as a stage.
Yeah.
That is the epitome of stupid. And you know what? If you break the car, they should give you an extra stock. Just to give the shit cherry on the sundae.
Oh yeah.
Man. Well, we've been going for an hour here, so this has been one hell of a discussion. We covered a lot more than I thought we were gonna actually get to, just because you were sort of drawing a blank before recording here.
Yeah, I was getting a little nervous and like just genuinely don't know what I was gonna talk about.
Yeah, we made it work.
Hopefully.
Next time we will discuss.
And we could just leave them in suspense.
Yeah, next time we'll discuss whatever the fuck we want to. Make sure to tune in 2 weeks. Space King 12 signing out.
Assuming we don't procrastinate long enough.
Signing off.